Hello, welcome to another edition of the fifth quarter. We are here today to talk about the Steelers' impending game in Rhineland. Cincinnati Bengals.
The Queen City. The Bengals.
Sunday night, another primetime game for the Steelers. They come in obviously with a 2-3 record, only a half a game behind the Bengals.
It's really strange when you look at what has transpired in the National Football League so far this season. Somewhere Pete Rozelle has got a big smile on his face because there's a lot of parity. I mean, a couple of teams are really, doing well, like Atlanta and maybe the Ravens. But you look at the Ravens, that could go south in a hurry with all the injuries that they've had. But there's been a lot of strange things going on around the league so far this year.
2 out of 16 teams in the AFC are above 500.
Yeah, so I mean that tells you.
A bunch of them are at 500, and a lot like the Steelers are below. Of course, they've already had to bye. It's kind of an interesting matchup. I think Jim Downey earlier in the week here at Herald-Standard wrote a column that the Steelers season really doesn't start till this Sunday night.
Well, you're getting into the division play, and that is so important. In fact, that was a theme in the locker room the other day when I was at practice. The second season, so to speak, that they're getting into this. They can make up some ground on some of these teams. It's so important to play well. And you look at the history, they've traditionally played very well in Cincinnati over the years. And there are some factors that something's going to come to a head in this game. The Steelers have had trouble getting off the field on third down. It's been a big problem for them. Meanwhile, Cincinnati's one of the worst teams in the National Football League at converting on third down. So something's going to happen.
The Rock's going to meet a hard place somewhere along the way.
That's true.
And really, for as poorly as the Steelers have played, and I'm not going to say it any differently, they have played poorly to date. They still have everything on the table out in front of them. They have not yet played a division game. They have some AFC losses that may come back to hurt them, but if you go 6-0 in your division, you're going to be the division champ.
Well, and that's what they're looking at right now. Now, they've got some serious injury problems coming into this game once again. Marcus Gilbert is out for at least 6 weeks, they think, at tackle, so you're going to start Mike Adams over there, and you don't know what's going to happen there. Pouncey says he may play, but he's still moving around, and I would be very cautious with him. You run the risk of putting him out there on a gimpy leg and losing him for the entire season. And then you've got, Mendenhall doesn't look like he's going to go. One of the news outlets in Pittsburgh reported that Polamalu's calf injury is actually a torn calf muscle. You've got some serious problems.
And is Lamar Woodley, what's his status?
Woodley was practicing. Okay. Woodley was practicing. Looks like he's going to go. Isaac Redman doesn't look like he's going to play. Which leads me to a question that I've been wondering about, and I went back and looked, and I saw he was inactive. Where's Jonathan Dwyer?
Yeah, he was inactive last week.
He was inactive last week. The explanation I got was that Baron Batch is a better special teams player, and of course Rainey's your return guy. But this week, I would, if Mendenhall and Redmond can't go, I would start Jonathan Dwyer. Well, he's a better running back than the other two.
Right. Apparently, Baron Batch has made some strides in the last couple of weeks above and beyond special teams duties, which are important. You can't diminish that, as we witnessed last week with the blocked punt. But there's going to be a mix at running back anyway, I think. There's not going to have one guy leading the way, which kind of proved very beneficial to them whenever they had a healthy Richard Mendenhall back there. He took a lion's share of the carries that one game.
And, of course, we should point out Roethlisberger tweaked his ankle, but he said he's going to be ready to play.
He'll answer the bell.
So we're at the end of this segment. Who do you like?
I like the Cincinnati Bengals.
You like the Bengals? The Cincy Bengals!
Yes, in a squeaker, 28-24.
Well, if that does come to pass, it's going to be a real rough road to hoe in Pittsburgh.
For the next year's draft.
Yeah, batten down the hatches. I somehow, I get back to that stat, something's got to give, and I think that, the Steelers may be able to make some hay against Andy Dalton, the Bengals, who are having trouble on third down. I'm worried about covering the wide receivers. I'm going to go the other way just for the sake of argument and say the Steelers in a squeaker. But who knows?
Yeah. For me, it just comes down to the Steelers have to show me that they can get off the field in the fourth quarter and hold a lead.
They do, and it would be nice to get some turnovers.
Yes. And with that, we will turn it back over. How's that for a
That's a good segue.
phrase?
Yeah.
We'll turn it back over to you. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
At theherald-standard.com, our mission is to provide news, information, and services to enable our communities to prosper. Every day, we strive to achieve this goal through 3 dynamic products. Wake up each morning to a copy of the Herald-Standard.com newspaper delivered to your home. Enjoy the e-edition and exact replica of our print product on your computer, tablet, or smartphone. Or secure unlimited access to our full-coverage digital news site online at heraldstandard.com. One local news leader, 3 great options.